ACP Sheet Metal was started by my father in July of 1977. We were at a different location then, and in 1982 we moved to this location, and this location has gone through several expansions. I began working here shortly after my dad started the business, and I remember plenty of Saturdays that I was over here knocking duck together, sweeping the shop, doing a variety of things. And as I grew up, and when I started law school, I moved into the office to work the summers until I started working in the legal field. In 1992, my father decided to split ACP Sheet Metal into two companies, two legal entities. One is Midwest Fabricators, which is the shop, all of our fabrication, all of our specialty fabrication, and everything that goes in the shop is Midwest Fabricators. And then our install and our customer calls are done by ACP Sheet Metal. It was really an issue with his workers' comp insurance company. They were charging him the same rate on guys in the shop as they were on guys in the field. The guys in the field got hurt at a higher rate, at a more expensive rate. Their injuries were more significant. And so he decided to split it off so the guys in the shop are basically shop people and they never leave. And if they do, they go to work for ACP, so we only pay that higher rate when they are working for ACP. You know, it was a very smart decision at the time, but looking back, there were more benefits that he originally thought. We are now able to fabricate for other people. So there are days that we send a fab quote out to what is ultimately a competitor, and then we send a fab and install quote out through ACP to one of our customers. But we do a lot of fabrication for a lot of other contractors. And I came back to work in the business in 2005 and purchased ACP from my father in 2008. And then when he passed away, I purchased Midwest Fabricators. So I'm the sole owner of both ACP Sheet Metal and Midwest Fabricators.
What I call it is the large stream, small stream. It's like two rivers that flow parallel to one another in our shop. So the large stream is our huge orders that we're talking about billing in the 5 digits for each order. Then we also have our smaller orders that I considered our emergencies for ACP and also the small orders for our customers. And I realized about a year ago it's critical that we have 2 pathways that move through our shop at any time. If we don't, we can't handle the smaller jobs that come through, and those are immediate money. And that immediate money funds all the other work that we do out here while we're waiting on invoices to get paid. So having a large stream and a small stream helps me to take care of both ACP, our larger products, and some of our smaller customers for the day-to-day orders that come through here.
In the last 10 years, we've had a changing landscape in the Oklahoma City union construction industry. 10 years ago, I had 6 mechanical contractors that I could bid with. And being a straight line sheet metal union contractor, we like to stick with those union mechanical contractors. In the last 10 years, we've had 3 of those that have closed up, and we've been able to help those existing mechanical contractors increase their market share a little bit by now being able to bid work with them. We have continued to look for new mechanical contractors that we can bid with, or a general contractor that wants us to bid straight to them. We're one of the only sheet metal shops in the local area that we stock spiral pipe and all of the round fittings that go along with it, so that one of our external customers that are fabrication only customers, when they come in, we can be that one-stop shop for them. They can come in and pick up their spiral, they can come in and pick up their air devices, they can come in and pick up their hanger material, as well as any rectangular duct that they might need. And it's all one location, so they're not having to go all over town to make several pickups. And so we've kind of developed that side of the Midwest Fabricators to be that one-stop shop.
We just got a water jet about a year and a half ago, and it has cut our insulation cutting time down greatly. That's all it does, is cut our duct liner. So it generates much less dust from the fiberglass, which people don't have to breathe, nor do they have to get it all over their skin.
The water jet, man, that thing saves us a ton of time. On every job it saves us, I don't know what the percentage of time was, 15-20% at least.
So the coil line is for 5-foot sections of rectangle ductwork. We buy 10,000 pound coils that are 5 foot wide. It comes through a roller that unrolls the metal and notches it for the specific locks that are needed for each piece. It then runs through a table that puts the locks on it, and then after that it goes into the insulation section. It will insulate and then put welding pins to hold the insulation. And it comes off the end of the machine a completed piece of duct ready to knock together or just send it straight to the field.
I really enjoy designing things. I really like to do design work. I think that's what I enjoy the most.
We've gotten into some specialty projects. We've also developed some things with a local furniture company where we have started making some metal furniture for them, and then they put reclaimed wood on our metal furniture, whether it be a shelf or a top or whatever. We bought a fire pit patent that the flame actually dances to music. And so we bought that patent. It's an all metal product to fabricate it in our shop, and are now ready to go to production on that.
Managing your crew is definitely a lot more challenging than in here than it was in the field. When you're running a job in the field, you have one job to worry about. And here I have about a dozen all the time. So it's definitely a lot busier, a lot more challenging than just running a job.
Yeah, I've been here a long time, and everybody gets along with each other. Teamwork works great, especially being the two separate entities with ACP and Midwest 5. The communication between us and the shop is excellent.
Nathan is my stepdad, and I grew up really my whole life with him. And when I was 16, he said, "Hey, it's time for you to get a job." So I started truck driving, sweeping the shop, doing all kinds of the little grunt work that needed to be done. And that was just a summertime thing. And then eventually he said, "Hey, you want to come try, see what it's like in the office?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And since then, I've been working in here and estimating and helping out bidding jobs. Nathan's always has a super open door policy to where you can sit down with each other, feel comfortable with who you're talking to.
My father was a very big proponent of the industry and a very big proponent of SMACNA and what it had to offer. My first SMACNA convention was in 1982 at the age of 12. And so I've been around the conventions and around the organization for a long time, and he encouraged me to get involved when I came back to work for him in the 2004-2005 timeframe. And I took advantage of those opportunities to get involved and to attend as much as I could, whether it was the Business Management University, the grad program, Business Management University, the financial boot camp. All of those things help contractors run their businesses better.
I think it'd be a big deal to Harold, my grandfather, and I think it's a big deal to Nate to help pass along what they've learned and experienced. And I think it's a special perspective being somebody who is in line for succession or being involved in a family business.
Somebody told me when I first came back to work for my dad that I needed to work on the business, not in the business. And so I try to do that, whether it's walking job sites or meeting with customers, meeting with new customers, making sure we're meeting expectations and needs. We're surpassing those from our existing customers.